What's up guys, Toy Bro back again for another review, and today we are going to be taking a look at the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tales of the TMNT series USAGI YOJIMBO figure from Playmates. So this guy is pretty new. He is relatively hard to find as of now. There are a couple different versions. We've got like samurai armor Usagi. We've got the standard, the classic style, I guess is the best way to say it. And then when there's that ultra rare San Diego Comic-Con version. But this is just the regular retail release. I lucked out and happened to find him the other day. You know, I don't buy this line, as I've said before, but I had to get him. Love this character. Love everything about him. So we're going to take a quick look at him. We have got our standard package here with the Tales of the TMNT kind of verbiage up at the top. We got that cool samurai turtle shot with Usagi there. We've got the character's name, and on the back has got some cross-sell with the samurai version turtle. So let's pull this guy out and take a closer look. Alright, so here is Usagi Yojimbo out of the packaging, and this is kind of just a basic figure. You know, it's the Playmates Ninja Turtles line, so there's not a great deal to them, but at the same time, I still had to get this guy just because longtime Ninja Turtle fan, love this character, you know, even outside of the TMNT, because he's not really a turtle character, he's just in the universe, so to speak. So let's take a quick look at articulation first. Like I said, basic figure, so it has basic articulation. Head can swivel, arms go out, and then they can rotate. There is a single joint at the elbow, which has pretty limited motion, and then there is a swivel at the wrist. Nothing at the waist. Legs can only go forward and backward because they're just on a peg. They don't have any side-to-side action. Single joint at the knee, which is also really limited just because of how big his pants are. So it's just kind of hindered by the sculpt. And then the feet can rotate. So that's about it. That's pretty much all he has to offer. Not a great deal more to talk about in that regard. As far as the sculpt on him goes, I can't find any issues with how he is sculpted in any way. I mean, this is true to, you know, the Usagi Yojimbo look, while also maintaining a semblance of the style from the show. So obviously he is stylized in the current, the 2012 show that we've got going now, which is currently winding down. So he looks like Usagi Yojimbo, but he's in that new universe, new style. So I'm okay with that. I think he looks good. Sculpted pretty well for, you know, kind of at a basic assortment figure. You get what you expect out of these. No real issues. It looks like him. It's a small figure. But overall, I'm pleased with how he looks. And he fits in with the line well. I have a handful of these figures, not many. But he does look good, and I'm okay with him. We have got just a little bit of paint application, as you might imagine. Again, basic figure, basic paint. So he's got white paint on his robes here. It's kind of sloppy. It's not too clean. There's some bleed all over. We've got the orange paint on the feet down there. And then we've got, obviously the face has quite a bit of paint on it for his spots, and then his scar on his forehead. Interesting thing to note, because I did say that there is the rather elusive and very limited San Diego Comic-Con version, is that one of the few differences between this figure and the Comic-Con version is that he has an eyebrow which is raised on his face paint. It's kind of just a weird thing to have added, in addition to many other differences in terms of the overall presentation. That's kind of the one thing that stood out to me when I saw that one. I don't have it because it was limited to, what, 350 pieces, so it was just absurdly hard to get. He has the spots on the robes, and that's pretty much it. Obviously, his sash and belt is painted. No real paint on the swords, as is the norm with Ninja Turtles. There is not really any paint on the accessories. They are just molded straight in a kind of sparkly metallic silver or gray, really. But overall, I mean, I think he looks good. When you pay, what, $8 or so for a figure like this, you know what you're going to get ahead of time. And at the end of the day, I'm perfectly fine paying $8 for a figure like this that is a character that I am particularly fond of. So he's a pretty cool guy. I mean, how can you go wrong with a samurai rabbit? And then, of course, you can put his swords in the scabbards on his belt. This doesn't come off. It's glued on. So you can have him. You can give him a couple different poses, but he's not going to be too dynamic overall. Alright, so overall this is a basic figure, like I've said probably a dozen times already. So he's got basic articulation, paint, sculpt. But at the same time, I know what I'm getting into with this line when I kind of dip my toe in on this one. I don't expect much, and for what we pay, eight-ish dollars, you get your money's worth, I think. He fits well in with this new style for the current show, and he looks good with those samurai turtles. I'm not picking those up, but he looks good with them. If you're a fan of the figure, I would suggest tracking him down because he is hard to come by, and I mean, he's a fan favorite. What do you expect? So that is going to do it for this little quick look at USAGI YOJIMBO in the Tales of the TMNT line. Let me know what you think of this guy down in the comments. Have you even seen him in retail? Let me know. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and share as always. And until next time, everyone.